Dating ads in newspapers and magazines. Chapter 1. Print personal, dating, ads in newspapers and magazines. 1. People still place newspaper ads. People still place newspaper ads because some people don't have the internet or don't want to use it to set up a profile. A newspaper is local. A newspaper or magazine targets a specific group of people. Can be simpler. It's old school, it's comfortable. I see personal ads in a local alternative newspaper. I used to see them in some print magazines like Mother Earth News and a few gardening ones. Place a personal ad. A young lady residing in one of the small towns of central New York is desirous of opening a correspondence with some young man in the West, with a view to a matrimonial engagement. She is about 24 years of age, possesses a good moral character, is not what would be called handsome, has a good disposition, enjoys good health, is tolerably well educated, and thoroughly versed in the mysteries of housekeeping. Glenda Riley, The Female Frontier, 1988, ad in a Waterloo, Iowa, newspaper in 1860. What everyone's groping for, through the artificial mists, is harder to put into an ad, the touch of kindred, the shared current of light. Barbara Holland, One's Company, 1992. Personal ads are inexpensive and alright if you keep them light and go in not taking them too seriously. The stigma is pretty well gone that only lonely people use them. However, if you do, be wary of phonies and scam artists and be prepared for a lot of work answering responses and going out on dates. The advantage to ads is that they're cheap and anonymous. You can even use a fake name if you want. Quite often, the newspaper will even provide a box number so you can get all your responses sent there. Barring that, just get a post office box. Everybody overinflates themselves in the ads. Define yourself, say what you want, be light and avoid cliches like long walks on the beach, candlelight suppers, staring into each other's eyes, etc. Be realistic. If you answer an ad, don't expect immediate fireworks. Remember, this person has probably got about 30 other responses and is going through them like an assembly line. It's the same case if you place one. Check out the personal ads in any publication. Many are generic. There's a knack to it to maximize your chances and separate yourself from all the other generic ads out there. When placing an ad, be personable, specific, vivid, accurate, and most importantly, light-hearted. Everybody is looking for someone nice, so be nice in the ad and not too picky. The odds are already stacked in your favor because you've got motivated participants looking for love like you, although there are many shucksters and jokers out there. You find out if they're for real by attitude. It starts with a letter or voicemail followed by a phone call, then if she's for real, she will agree to meet you face to face. Some people even lie in the picture they send you. Often it's a summer picture when she was in top shape, but now, she's gained 10 pounds and looks kinda dumpy. I heard of one guy who got a picture and turned it over to see the print date over 20 years off. Don't write out a laundry list of the type of person you want. Say 5 things. Age, HT, weight, like 37/61/200. What you're like in 3 words, like easygoing, country type, cultured. Interests, like swimming. Looking for. What type of person? Intent, like fun, friendship, love, or family. The first thing you do is pay a little extra for a bold, underlined and italicized headline specifying who you're looking for, like looking for love, marriage, and happiness. I love outdoor types. Are you a good dancer? Searching for professional man. Want to meet intellectual men. Looking for girl who wants children. Christian man seeking godly woman. This way, you eliminate all the people you're not really interested in nor they in you right off the bat. Incidentally, any mention of kids or babies in a men's ad will bring almost all the ladies running. If you want single parents, and there are plenty of them, just say something like kids fine at the end of your ad. Your ad is your TV commercial, so make it interesting, intriguing and exciting without being boring. Eliminate all the generic words that everybody uses like sensitive, nice, warm-hearted, pretty, handsome, etc. Everybody thinks they're handsome, so what? Don't get too arrogant. Rather, be funny or unique in some way. Look for ads you like. Mirror what you see in them. Give them a reason to be interested and want to call you. Do not start your ad with something like SWF or a number like your age. It's just too uncool. Start it with your headline. If you're white, you don't have to say you're white in the ad because that's the majority, and unless you specify that you're a minority, people will assume you're white. Everyone knows you're single, so don't use the word single. State your age, height, and weight straight up right after the headline. In the middle of your ad, describe yourself. Be lighthearted and casual. Don't let any anger or hostility show through. Don't be too cute. Think like the person you want to meet. Put power and energy into your words. Consult your dictionary. Sound passionate. Take the middle of the road approach. If you want a lot of responses, just put a few sexy sounding words in like exotic, erotic, sensuous, passionate, sex-crazed, sex-starved, nympho, etc. Put qualifiers in at the end of your ad like no children please, no smokers, no booze, tea drinker, Christians only, black only, all races okay, Chinese women preferred, etc. Instead of saying no fat women, say something like health conscious or in shape only. Some guy put an ad somewhere saying something like no fat women please, and a bunch of fat women got together to send him a bunch of nasty emails such that he had so many emails on his system, phony love letters from these fat women, that he had to give up because his system was so jammed. If you say something about money at all in your ad, everyone will know that you're a gold digger, but that's fine if that's what you want, because some middle-aged guys with money have nothing else to offer a girl except money. If you wanna be direct about it, go for it, something like, pretty, young lady seeks 40-ish, generous man, or pretty college girl looking for mistress relationship. If you wanna be more subtle, try words like sophisticated lady, elegant, cultured, cultivated, educated, refined, charming, enjoys finer things, fine tastes, etc. Ads should be 30 to 70 words long. Not too short or too long that you sound vain. Just be 80% honest and be yourself. If you're tall/short, skinny/fat, say so with endearing terms like full-figured/big and beautiful/chunky but funky, etc. Say that you work and that you're a somewhat well-rounded person open to new ideas. Say what you like to do and what you're looking for. Regardless of age, use the words youthful, inspired and vital. Use the following guidelines where appropriate. Where you live, state and/or city. First name/nickname. Sex, male M, female F. Age, height, weight. Eye color, hair color. Nationality/race, white W, black B, Hispanic H, Oriental O, other. Marital status, single S, married M, divorced D, widowed W. Number of children, number at home, age range. Politics, liberal, conservative, moderate. Religion, how important is it? Smoker S, non-smoker N. Alcohol, yes, somewhat, no. Education level, grade school, high school, college, graduate, college majors, special training. Occupation, profession, military. Physical handicaps. Favorite movie, song, TV show. #LBS. Publish your ad, review it for responses, adapt and change it if there's something you don't like. Give your rejection list to your friends. Answer your responses quickly. They're in the market and they ain't waiting around. Don't expect magic from one ad. Keep placing them. When responding to your ad or answering someone's ad, Write a letter with something personable which says something like, "You responded to my ad, love rugged men. You like the outdoors just like I do. My best memories from childhood are. If you're still interested, call me or send me a note and I will call you. I know first meetings are a drag, but if we just take it easy, it should be fun. Hope to hear from ya. Linda." Visual attraction is almost everything, so you must send a picture of yourself. Don't send a professional studio shot or something like a graduation headshot. Send a picture of you in your natural state, like sitting with your dog, at the tennis court or something like that, with at least your head and torso in it so they can see your body. You can get prints made up in quantity cheaply. Use an answering machine to screen out unwanted calls. Talk casually on the phone and meet in a public place like a mall or a coffee shop for coffee, tea, etc. This is not a date, it's just a first meeting. You're both mature adults, you know what's going on, so just play it cool. If there are no sparks, acknowledge it and move on, or tell him your girlfriend might want to go out with him. He could become a buddy and you could network into more possibilities from each other's friends. If there's interest, set up a first date. Do not arrange to get picked up by this person in a car or get him to pick you up at a public place like your local coffee shop. Always bring your own transportation. After you meet, if you like him, call him up a day later and tell him you enjoyed meeting him. If you get his answering machine, thank him and tell him you hope to hear from him soon. You will get a bunch of responses and have to go out on all these dates/first meetings, so sift through them and make your choices wisely. Number of responses is directly proportional to the readership circulation of the particular magazine/newspaper you're placing the ad in. Expect more responses from a big city paper rather than a small town one. Expect a higher fee too. Instead of a phone call, you might be interested in further screening by writing a letter, formula letter for all candidates, to see if the guy's got the extra initiative to write you back a letter, or is he just going through a list like you. Many big cities have papers exclusively dedicated to singles, and there are other national singles papers like a Christian one and a country one. Check out the singles section later on in the book for a list of the addresses of most singles publications in the country. Instead of newspapers, go to the library and look through either the Standard Periodical Directory or Ulrich's Periodical Directory. Pick magazines relevant to who you're looking for and advertise in them. A girl might advertise in the Business Personals or Of Interest to All section of Popular Science magazine. A guy might advertise in a cat magazine or a romance novel gossip magazine looking for a romantic girl. I knew one guy who placed an ad in Mother Earth News, which is a kind of outdoorsy, self-sufficiency type magazine for hippie, free-spirited types who want to live in a log cabin somewhere and found a girl just like this, a free-spirited outdoorsy hippie chick. Finally, if you're a cool person, you will place your own ad in your own original place like a billboard, on your office desk, or there was one guy who put a simple sign on his van like, "Nice guy, 34. Looking for love. 666, 6666. Would you like to date me? Steve. 666, 6666. Another guy put a sign on his front lawn. mysticbeagle.com, how to write an online personal ad. Personal ad acronyms. There are more for swingers at tristmag.com. If you know of any more short forms, please send them to me. ISO, in search of. Era, all replies answered. W, white. B, black. A, Asian. L, Latin. HISP, Hispanic. M, male. Mex, Mexican. F, female. S, single. M, married. MWM, married white male. J, Jewish. C, Christian. B, Buddhist. G, gay. D, divorced. SASE, self-addressed stamped envelope. A, active. AC/DC, bisexual. BB, bodybuilder. BBW, big, beautiful woman. BND, bondage and discipline. Bisexual. Bondage, fetish with restraints. Bottom, submissive. Butch, masculine woman. CPL, couples. CD, TV, cross-dresser, transvestite. D/DF, D&D free, disease and drug free. Discreet, private, secret. Discipline, fetish of dominance. Dominant, controller, top. DOM, dominatrix, female dominant. DP, double penetration. Entertain, means you can stay at their house rather than rent a hotel room, used by swingers. Femme, feminine male. Generous, offering money or wants money. GF, gay female. GM, gay male. Greek, anal intercourse. H/H, high heels. HC, hardcore. I/O, in-call/outcall, this refers to escorts ads. Outcall means you go to their house or place of business for your date, in-call means they come to your house. I/O means both. J/O, jerk off, masturbation. L/L, leather and levis. Master, dominant. P, passive sex like mutual masturbation. P/P, photo and phone. Pro, wants to get paid. SNM, pain and suffering in sex. Slave, submissive. ST8, straight, attraction to only the opposite sex. Submissive, bottom. Top, dominant. TS, transsexual. TV, transvestite, cross-dresser. Vasectomy, V-safe, surgically sterilized male. Voyeur, likes to watch. WC, white couple. WS, water sports. Power words for ads. Accurate. Active. Adaptable. Adventurous. Affectionate. Ambitious. Artistic. Assertive. Attentive. Calm. Capable. Careful. Caring. Confident. Conscientious. Cooperative. Courageous. Creative. Curious. Dependable. Detailed. Determined. Disciplined. Discreet. Dynamic. Eager. Easygoing. Efficient. Empathetic. Energetic. Enterprising. Enthusiastic. Expressive. Forgiving. Friendly. Gentle. Generous. Good-natured. Helpful. Honest. Humorous. Imaginative. Independent. Industrious. Innovative. Inspiring. Integrity. Intuitive. Kind. Likeable. Logical. Loyal. Mature. Meticulous. Modest. Open-minded. Optimistic. Orderly. Organized. Outgoing. Patient. Perceptive. Persevering. Playful. Polite. Positive. Practical. Productive. Progressive. Proud. Punctual. Rational. Realistic. Reasonable. Reflective. Relaxed. Reliable. Resourceful. Respectful. Self-reliant. Sensible. Sincere. Sociable. Spontaneous. Sympathetic. Tactful. Tenacious. Thrifty. Tolerant. Truthful. Thorough. Thoughtful. Understanding. Versatile. Chapter 2. Novel ways to place ads. Group personal ads. A novel technique is to get 2 to 4 of your friends together and advertise something like 4 sociable 25 to 30-year-old women. Seeking for nice men for bowling and dinner. Individual responses welcome for group date. 2 girls in our 20s looking for 2 guys. You take us out, we will be good dates. Could be romance or just fun. Say you get 100 responses. You break them down into groups of 4, then all go out together as a group. You could invite up to 7 guys for the date and see what happens. It might sound cruel, but it could work out alright. The guys not interested will back off and disappear, and the guys that are interested will assert their macho manhoods and make the play. There will always be no-shows. Keep doing this with different groups of guys. This is a great way to go if you've got several other friends willing to go for it. Instead of bowling, you could have casual house parties night after night. An inexpensive way to do this is to hold little casual buffets in your yard during the summer months. This group approach can be expanded in many ways. For instance, simply advertise 4 girls looking for 4 guys for a casual night of bridge or badminton. Cool way to place an ad. There is a way to place an ad that will get you hundreds of responses over and above all other ads because it's easy, and people who normally don't respond to ads will call your special number either for fun or curiosity. A power personal ad is a 2-point deal with your own second, unlisted phone number over and above your main phone line at your house or voicemail instead of the dreary, boring post office boxes. What you do is get a second phone number or fax back for your home for a few months. Set up a good 1 to 2 minute message on it, then put the phone number in the ad where people can call for more information to really be sure if they're interested in you. Make the message intriguing with a little bit of cliffhanger anticipation in it so that the people will want to meet you. A tiny classified ad cannot do real justice to your true essence as a person. The first thing you do is get a separate phone line for your house, a toll-free 800 number or a fax from your local telephone company. You can either place ads in local papers, magazines, or any newspaper all over the country. Most ads require a written letter response. All you do is place a simple ad like, healthy, wealthy guy, 44. Seeks young lady for love and marriage. 800-456-0000, 24HR. Rec. Or. Fax back, 888-888-8888. Pretty, blonde nurse, 45. Seeks stable guy for love and romance. 888-777-XXXX, 24HR. Rec. Or. Fax back, 888-888-8888. Hundreds of people will call that number either out of curiosity, for fun, or because they're serious. What you do is have a message recorded on it not more than 2 minutes long. Say something cool and honest like, "Hi, I'm Roger. I see myself as an easygoing, normal guy, a bit of a workaholic and a bit of dreamer. I'm looking for somebody nice that wants to get married, have a few children and live in a small city somewhere. If you're interested, call my fax number, or visit my website rogerniceguy.com, then you can contact me if you want. If you don't have a fax machine, lots of places offer fax service for $1 or $2 like Kinko's and other printing stores. Just look it up in the phone book. My fax number is 999-999-9999. Repeat it, well, hope to hear from you. Go for a face and torso shot that shows a bit of your body. People with fax machines will dial the number to get a printout of you and your address. Other people who are interested will find a fax machine somewhere. Fax on demand/fax back is a simple option. Just get about a 5 by 8 inch color photograph of yourself and write your address in along with anything else you want. Get it all photocopied, either color or black and white, then feed it into your fax machine for the fax on demand option so that when anyone calls that number, they will get that page, that you fed in. You could even take it one step further by offering email response, mailing list, or even set up your own website where you describe yourself and set up photos, etc. Then include your website address with your ads. In my opinion, this is the best way to place an ad because everybody's gonna call that number to check you out. Some will check you out further via fax on demand, website, or email responder. Then when they see your picture, only the ones that like you will send you a letter. It's the no-hassle way to cut through the crap of ads. You just won't get the usual people who respond to ads. There will be attractive, normal people who normally don't bother with ads who will be calling you up, and out of that bunch, you might find your diamond in the rough. Even if you live in Alabama, you can place your ad anywhere in the country with a toll-free 800 number. You gotta have some extra cash to use this approach because ads could get expensive, and with a toll-free number, you're generally charged about 25 cents or so per call from anywhere, so you could conceivably end up with 10,000 calls on your number because it's no sweat for anyone to call just to hear the message out of curiosity. But if you're rich, this is the way to cut through the bull. If you want sophisticated ladies, try advertising in New Yorker magazine. If you want young girls, try Glamour magazine or Cosmopolitan. Plenty of young girls are looking for a wealthy middle-aged guy. You will probably get so many replies, you will have your pick of the bunch. If you're a middle-aged chick, try Popular Mechanics, Wall Street Journal, or Outdoor magazine. There are so many magazines. If you got the cash, you can advertise anywhere. Even Reader's Digest has a little classified ad section at the back. National Enquirer has the largest circulation of any newspaper in the states, read by women of all ages. Create a personal website. A good way to look for a lover is to create your own website with your picture on it, a picture of your house, car, dog, etc., a few paragraphs about your life. Then when you meet someone online in a chat room, you can send her there to check you out further, or you can join dating websites and simply put your website under your picture. Money is the greatest motivator. If you've got some money, like at least $1,000, preferably $5,000, simply put an ad in newspapers and in online singles classifieds, or start up your own website called something like moneyforfindingmeawife.com or $5,000 to findmeawife.com, where you simply offer anyone who introduces you to the girl you will propose to the money. Describe the type of girl you want, or if you don't mind getting swamped, leave it open. Have business cards made with the website on it and leave them at public places like phone booths, store counters, on the sidewalk downtown, etc. If you're rich, get together with 3 rich buddies or babes and rent a billboard. If you're poor, make it a bumper sticker. Put nothing on it except your website, something like the list below. Along with a website advertising for a wife, make a video or photograph, send them around to major TV networks, tabloid shows, news shows, etc. as a press release, and they might do a short story on you to get you some free publicity. They have to fill their shows up with interesting, cutting-edge stories, so yours might qualify for a 2-minute spot on the news. You might get on the Tonight Show for a short interview, which will give your website a lot of exposure. Some frivolous magazines might do an article on you. In order to take the heat off you, find 3 friends to share the cost and venture. You can rent a billboard for a few hundred a month, a few hundred for the paint job or poster and the installation. All you need it for is a month. Chapter 3. Print personal, dating, ads in newspapers and magazines too. Newspaper and magazine ads. There is a big difference between advertising in a specific singles publication and a mainstream newspaper or magazine, simply because singles publications have a limited audience at best. Most singles don't even know they exist, plus the fact that when you read a singles mag or newspaper, your little ad is competing with hundreds of other ads, and it gets to be a generic drag of reading ads after a while. A solution is the 2-point deal just described in the previous sections in mainstream newspapers and magazines, because you will get a lot more curious, single people responding, and it will be your personal ad with just a few others, not hundreds as in the singles mags. With a toll-free number, you can advertise anywhere. I'm assuming you've got some money and you're serious about putting the word out that you want someone. It's just like selling a product. You gotta go where the audience is. If you're a babe who wants a rich, business guy, you might invest the couple $100 it costs to place an ad in a magazine like Kiplinger's, Forbes, or Inc. If you want a successful engineer, try popular mechanics or woodcraft for guys with extra money to pursue such a hobby. As for newspapers, if your ad is good, you will get that beautiful single girl responding who probably would never have seen your ad if it was in a singles publication. Ads can get quite expensive in the big papers. Get an ad for 3 days including the weekend if they offer that option. Personal ad websites. You can put a personal ad in virtually any newspaper, the alternative and gay ones, and some magazines. I've seen personal ads in mainstream magazines geared towards a specific topic. I even saw a few in the Wall Street Journal before the internet existed. It's good in the sense that you're targeting the one group of people you're interested in. Anyone can easily go to a country life dating website on the internet and pretend they're country, but if someone has an actual hard copy of a magazine, you can almost certainly bet that they're really into that topic. Print ads seem more sincere to me because they take more effort. If you had your own website, you could put your print ad in the exact magazine you want and people would go to your website. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/personal_ad. Personaladsdirectory.com. Advertisingforlove.com, read ads from up to 200 years ago. Bachelorsbeat.com, Phoenix, AZ, newspaper for singles. Conpost.congo.com/felistad/category ID/1040, Connecticut Community Newspapers. Divorcetransitions.com/articles/newsads.htm. JanesvilleClassifieds.com, Janesville, WI. NHLiving.com/personal/index.shtml, New Hampshire. ThePartyHotline.com/index_files/page0006.htm, free personal ads, Northern California. ThePersonalads.com. WhatIstHebiestDatingsR6Form.com/printpersonalads.htm, advice to help you find the printed personal ads found in newspapers and various magazines. Personalsguide.info. FREE-online-dating.info/news/91393-y-personal-ads-y-person-traditional-person-ALS-everytime.asp. Use caution with personal ads. Beware of personal ads for 2 reasons. The first is safety. You don't really know who you're dealing with even if they make themselves look like apple pie and make you feel like the only girl or guy on the planet. As discussed elsewhere in this book, once you get a name, date of birth and/or SSN, pay the $50 or so for a background check of public records to learn the basics, criminal record, number of marriages, bankruptcy, etc. The second reason is the scam for money. Mostly women use this on men. They put ads in newspapers saying they're happy-go-lucky, carefree, beautiful, and willing to travel for a good man. Good men from rural areas respond, they start up a letter-writing correspondence, then start slow asking for $50 for stamps, the money for a plane ticket, help to fix the car, etc. Sometimes, the woman will take the money for the plane ticket, bail and never even bother to meet the guy once. Sometimes they will go meet the guy and suck what they can out of him right there. Sometimes they will even marry the guy, get what they can and bail in 6 months. Sometimes they will marry the guy and stay even though they don't love him. It may be worth it to some guys, but it's deceptive and not based on love. Some con women even marry guys then murder them to inherit all his stuff. Chapter 4. Advertising by print media. Newspaper list websites. The Standard Periodical Directory, Ulrich's Periodical Directory and the Editor and Publisher's International Yearbook at the library list the full addresses for most newspapers in North America. Ulrich's directory lists most newspapers in the world including collegiate and ethnic ones as well as most magazines. Another place for the addresses of newspapers worldwide is a 2-volume bookset called the Europa World Yearbook. There's the Canadian Periodical Index for Canada. Some other directories are Editor and Publisher's International Yearbook, Newspaper Press Directory, Willings Press Guide. For links and newspaper conglomerates, Try the following. Everyonewho'sanyone.com, free. 4newspapers.com. AAN.org, alternative newspapers. abazinewslinks.com. afroam.org, African American newspapers. alina.ch, links to newspapers, radio, and TV. ajr.newslink.org. all-links.com/newscentral. allnewspapers.com. allyoucanread.com. alternet.org, alternative. beacon-asa.utk.edu/resources/papers.html, college newspapers. bizmove.com/media_directory. ccc.adventist.org/pastors/resources/newspapers/usa.html. clickit.com/touch/news/news.html. copley-newspapers.com. coxnews.com. cpnet.com/news, college newspapers. cyberpaperboy.com, over 4,600 newspapers indexed by United States and countries. editoranpublisher.com/editoranpublisher/business_resources/medialinks.jsp. el.com/links/newspapers.asp. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/list_of_newspapers_in_the_united_kingdom. e-referenced.com/resources/newspapers. escapeartist.com/media. gannett.com. here's tcorp.com/news.html. hermograph.com, type in the name of any magazine or newspaper and it will tell you how to find it. hometownnews.com, the smaller, more regional newspapers. kri.com, Knight Ridder newspaper chain. lib.umich.edu/ejournals, electronic journals, and newspapers list. library.uncg.edu/news, news, and newspapers. loc.gov/rr/news/othint.html, newspapers and magazines. mediacentral.com. mediafinder.com. mediainfo.com. mediauk.com/newspapers. naa.org, Newspaper Association of America. naa.org/hot/index.html, directory of newspapers. newpages.com, alternative weeklies and periodicals. newsalert.com. newsbank.com, collection of newspapers, magazines, and journals. newschoice.com/newspapers. newsd.com. newsdirectory.com. newsge.com. newszoom.org/today's front pages/default.asp. newslibrary.com. newslink.org. newspaperarchive.com. newspaperindex.com. newspaper-info.com. newspaperlinks.com. newspapers.com. newspapersol.com. newspapersonline.com. newspaper-world.com. newspub.com. newszoom.com/list/newspapers. northernlight.com, special collections section gives access to newsletters, magazines, and trade. nytco.com, New York Times Co. publishes 30+ newspapers online. onlinenewspapers.com. opinion-pages.org. ob.com. pathfinder.com. ppp.net/links/news, more than 8,000 links to online newspapers and magazines around the world. pressassociations.com. pressmart.net/eedition.html, digital newspapers. publications-etc.com. publist.com, database of magazines, newspapers, journals, newsletters, and periodicals worldwide. refdesk.com/paper.html. refdesk.com/paper.html #USA, USA newspapers. smalltownpapers.com. subscription.com. thenews.com, thepaperboy.com, tribune.com, media conglomerate, usnewspaperlinks.com, usnpl.com, newspaper list, also a good list of TV and radio stations by state, worldnewspapers.com, world-newspapers.com, worldwidenews.com, multi-newspaper stand, mmnewsstand.com, English newspapers around the world catalog, newspaper publishers, A.H. Bailo Corp., 400 South Record Street, Dallas, Texas 75202-4841, 214-977-6606, Bailo.com, Advance Publications, 950 Fingerboard Road, Staten Island, New York 10305, 212-286-2860, Advance.net, Cox Newspapers, 6205 Peachtree Dunwoody Road, Atlanta, Georgia 30328, 678-645-0000, coxnews.com, Dow Jones and Company, 1 World Financial Center, 200 Liberty Street, NYC 10281, 212-416-2000, DJ.com, Freedom Communications, 17666 Fitch Avenue, Irvine, California 92614-6022, 949-253-2300, Freedom.com, Gannett Co., 7950 Jones Branch Drive, McLean, Virginia 22107-0910, 703-854-6000, Gannett.com, Hearst Newspapers, 959 8th Avenue, NYC 10019, 212-649-2000, Here's T.com/newspapers, Knight Ridder, 50 West San Fernando Street Suite 1500, San Jose, California 95113, 408-938-7700, KRI.com, Media General, 333 East Franklin Street, Richmond, Virginia 23219, 804-649-6000, MediaGeneral.com, Media News Group, 1560 Broadway, STE 2100, Denver, Colorado 80202, 303-563-6360, MediaNewsGroup.com, The EW, Scripps Company, 312 Walnut Street, Cincinnati, Ohio 45202, 513-977-3000, Scripps.com, The New York Times Company, 229 West 43rd Street, NYC 10036, 212-556-1234, NYTco.com, The Washington Post Company, 1150 15th Street Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20071, 202-334-6000, Tribune Co., 435 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60611, 312-222-9100, Tribune.com, Magazine Publishers, AMI, American Media Inc., 1 Park Avenue, 10th floor, NYC 10016, 212-545-4800, American Express Publishing Corporation, 1120 Avenue of the Americas, NYC 10036, 212-382-5600, Amexpub.com, Condé Nast Publications, 4, Times Square 17th floor. NYC 10036. 212-286-2860. Condenast.com. Crane Communications. 1155 Gresham Avenue. Detroit, Michigan 48207-2997. 313-446-6000. Crane.com. Forbes Inc. 60 5th Avenue. NYC 10011. 212-620-2200. ForbesInc.com. Gruner plus Jar AG & Co. U.S. Office. 375 Lexington Avenue 10th floor. NYC 10017. 212-499-2000. GUJ.de. Hatchet Philippaki Media. 1633 Broadway, 45th floor. NYC 10019. 212-767-5322. Hatchet-philippaci.com. Hearst Magazines. 959 8th Avenue. NYC 10019. 212-649-2000. Here's t.com/magazines. McGraw-Hill Companies. 1221 Avenue of the Americas. NYC 10020. 212-512-2000. McGraw-Hill.com. Meredith Corporation. 1716 Locust Street. Des Moines, Iowa 50309-3023. 515-284-3000. Meredith.com. National Geographic Society. 1145 17th Street Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20036-4688. 202-857-7000. NationalGeographic.com. Promedia. 745 5th Avenue. NYC 10151. 212-745-0100. Promedia.com. Rodale. 33 East Minor Street. Emmaus, Pennsylvania 18098. 610-967-5171. Rodale.com. The Washington Post. Company. 1150 15th Street Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20071. 202-334-6000. WashPostCO.com. Time Incorporated. 1271 Avenue of the Americas. NYC 10020-1393. 212-522-1212. TimeInc.com. U.S. News and World Reports. 1050 Thomas Jefferson Street Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20007-3837. 202-955-2000. USNews.com. Wenner Media. 1290 Avenue of the Americas. NYC 10104-0298. 212-484-1616. UsWeekly.com. United States newspaper websites. ABQJournal.com, Albuquerque Journal. AccessAtlanta.com/AJC, Atlanta J-Constitute. ADN.com, Anchorage Daily News. AirForceTimes.com, Air Force Times. AJC.com, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. AL.com, Alabama News. AmericanStatesman.com, Austin American. ArdamGaz.com, ARC. Dem. Gazette. ArkansasOnline.com, Little Rock, Arkansas. ArmyTimes.com, Army Times. AugustaChronicle.com, Augusta Chronicle. Austin360.com, Austin Statesman. AZCentral.com/news, Arizona Republic. azreporter.com, Arizona Reporter. Bahurier.com, San Jose Mercury. Bergen.com, Bergen Record. Billingsgazette.com, Billings Gazette, Billings. Boston.com/Boston Globe, The Boston Globe. Boston.com/Globe, Boston Globe. BostonHerald.com, Boston Herald. BuffaloNews.com, Buffalo News. Charleston.net, Charleston Post and Courier. Charlotte.com, Charlotte Observer. ChicagoTribune.com. Chron.com, Houston Chronicle. ClarionLedger.com, Clarion Ledger, MS. Cleveland.com, Cleveland Plain Dealer. CNN.com, CNN News. ComputerNewsDaily.com. ConcordMonitor.com, Concord Monitor. Courant.com, Hartford Courant. Courier-Journal.com, Louisville Courier Journal. CoxNews.com. CSMonitor.com, Christian Science Monitor. CTPost.com, Connecticut Post. DailyHerald.com, Arlington Heights Daily Herald. DailyInterlake.com, Kalispell Daily Interlake. DailyNews.com, Daily News Los Angeles. DallasNews.com, Dallas Morning News. DaytonDailyNews.com, Dayton Daily News. DelawareOnline.com, Wilmington News Journal. DenverPost.com. DetNews.com, Detroit News. DFW.com, Food. Worth Star Telegram. Dispatch.com, Columbus Dispatch. DMRegister.com, Des Moines Register. DowJones.com. Inquirer.com, Cincinnati Inquirer. Examiner.com, San Francisco Examiner. FinalCall.com, The Final Call. Freep.com, Detroit Free Press. FresnoBee.com, Fresno Bee. Gannett.com. Gateway-va.com/pages/tdmain.htm, Richmond. Gazette.com, Colorado Springs Gazette. Globe.com, Boston. GlobeFL.com, Tabloid. GoMemphis.com, Memphis Appeal. GoMontana.com, Bozeman Daily Chronicle. gr.mlive.com/index.html, Grand Rapids Press. GreatFallsTribune.com, Great Falls Tribune Online. HaverDailyNews.com, Haver Daily News, Haver. Here's TCorp.com. HelenaIR.com, Helena Independent Record. Herald.com, Miami Herald. HillNews.com, The Hill. HometownNews.com. HonoluluAdvertiser.com, Honolulu Advertiser. HSNP.com/newspaper, Hot Springs Internet. HungryOryNews.com, Hungry Horse News. IdahoStatesman.com, Boise Idaho Statesman. IndyStar.com, Indianapolis Star. InJersey.com/app, Asbury Park Press. InsideDenver.com, Denver Rocky Mountain News. WSJ.com, Wall Street. Investors.com. Ireland.com, The Irish Times American. Jacksonville.com, Jacksonville Times. JSOnline.com, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. Kansascity.com, Kansas City Star. KCStar.com, Kansas City Star. KentuckyConnect.com, Lexington Herald. Knight-Ridder.com. KnoxvilleNews.com, Knoxville News Sentinel. KRI.com, Knight Ridder. LATimes.com, Los Angeles Times. LATimes.com/home/news/front, Los Angeles Times. LeaderAdvertiser.com, Lake County Leader. LivingstonEnterprise.com, Livingston Enterprise. LOC.gov/chronicling America. LVRJ.com, Las Vegas Review. MarineTimes.com, Marine Corps Times. McCall.com, Allentown MCall. MercuryNews.com. MiamiHerald.com. MissoulaNews.com, Missoula Independent. Missoulian.com, Missoulian.com, Missoula, MT. MTStandard.com, Montana Standard, Butte, MT. Nationalenquirer.com. NavyTimes.com, Navy Times. Newscoast.com, Sarasota Herald. Newsday.com. Newsday.com, Long Island Newsday. Newszoom.org, Interactive Museum of News. Newsindia-times.com. News-observer.com, Raleigh News Observer. Newsok.com, Oklahoma City, Oklahoman. Newsweek.com. ngnews.com, National Geographic. nj.com, Newark Star Ledger. nolalive.com, New Orleans Times-Picayune, NOLA. nydailynews.com, NY. Daily News. NewYorkJournalNews.com, White Plains Journal. nypost.com, New York Post. NewYorkPress.com. NewYorkTimes.com, New York Times on the web. OCRegister.com, Orange County Register. Ohio.com, Akron Beacon. OklahomaN.com, Oklahoman. Omaha.com, Omaha World Herald. Oregonian.com, Portland Oregonian. OregonLive.com, Portland Oregonian. OregonNews.com, Roseburg News Review. OrlandoSentinel.com, Orlando Sentinel. Philly.com/Inquirer, Philadelphia Inquirer/Daily News. PhillyNews.com, Philadelphia Daily News. PhillyNews.com/INQ, Philadelphia Inquirer. PilotOnline.com, Virginia Pilot. PioneerPlanet.com, St. Paul Pioneer. PJStar.com, Peoria Journal Star. PNIOnline.com, Philadelphia Newspapers. PostGazette.com, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. PostIntelligencer.com, Seattle Post-Intelligencer. Press-Enterprise.com/news, Riverside Press. Projo.com, Providence Journal. PTConnect.com, Long Beach Press. RapidCityJournal.com, Rapid City Journal. RavalliNews.com, Ravalli Republic, Hamilton, MT. Reporter.com. ReviewJournal.com, Las Vegas Review Journal. RochesterDC.com, Rochester. RollCall.com, Roll Call. SacB.com, Sacramento B. SeattlePie.com, Seattle Post-Intelligencer. SeattleTimes.com. SeattleTimes.nwsource.com. SentinelZource.com. SFGate.com, San Francisco Chronicle. SydneyHerald.com, Sydney Herald, Sydney, MT. SignOnSanDiego.com, San Diego Union Tribune. SJMercury.com, San Jose Mercury. SLTrib.com, Salt Lake Tribune. Spokane.net, Spokane Spokesman. SBTimes.com, St. Peters Times. StarBulletin.com, Honolulu Star Bulletin. SDARnews.com, Indianapolis Star. Star-Telegram.com, Food. Worth Star Tele. StarTribune.com, Minneapolis Star Tribune. SDLnet.com/postnet/news/pdtoday.nsf/front, St. Louis. SDLtoday.com, St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Sun-Sentinel.com, Food. Lauderdale Sun-Sentinel. Sunspot.net, Baltimore Sun. Sunspot.net/news, Baltimore Sun. Suntimes.com, Chicago Sun-Times. TampaBay.com, St. Petersburg Times. TampaTrib.com, Tampa Tribune. TBO.com, Tampa Tribune. Telegram.com, Worcester Telegram. Tennessean.com, Nashville Tennessean. TexasObserver.org. TheAtlantic.com. TheGlobeandMail.com, Globe and Mail, Canada. TheNation.com. TheAnion.com. THEstate.com, Columbia SC. State. TheUnionLeader.com, Union Leader, NH. TheWesternNews.com, The Western News Online. Time.com. TimesUnion.com, Albany Times. TNR.com, New Republic. TobaccoValleyNews.com, Tobacco Valley News. ToledoBlade.com, Toledo Blade. TribLive.com, Pitts. TribReview. TribNet.com, Tacoma News Tribune. TulsaWorld.com, Tulsa World. UnionTribune.com, San Diego Union. USA.ft.com, Financial Times. USAToday.com, USA Today. USAToday.com/USAFront.htm, USA Today. USAWeekend.com. USNews.com. VillageVoice.com. WashingtonPost.com, The Washington Post. WashTimes.com, Washington Times. WeeklyWorldNews.com. WNNetwork.com, World News Network. WorldTribune.com, World Tribune. WorldWatch.org, World Watch, Washington, D.C. WSJ.com, Wall Street Journal. Express-News.com, San Antonio Express News. YourHealthDaily.com. Chapter 5. Canada and worldwide newspaper websites. Canadian newspaper websites. CanadaCalling.com. Canada.com/newscafe. CanadianMedia.com. Canoe.ca, network of newspapers. Canoe.ca/classified. Canpress.ca. CBC.ca. CBC.ca/news. CCNA.ca, Canadian Community Newspaper Association. ccna.ca/links.html. ccnsinfo.com, Canadian source of public records. cdn-news.com. cjnews.com, Jewish news. Classifiedscanada.com. cna-acj.ca, Canadian Newspaper Association. communitynews.ca. cp.org. eye.net, tabloid. finpost.com, Financial Post. globeandmail.ca, globeandmail.com, national newspaper. info.london.on.ca/inform/newspapers.html. infomart.ca. journalismnet.com/canpapers.htm. marketplace.canada.com/classifieds. mediainfo.com. nationalpost.com, national newspaper. newscan.com, fee charged. newswire.ca. radio.cbc.ca. report.ca. southam.com, network of newspapers. synapse.net/radio/welcome.html. wimzy.com/teletimes. Canadian newspaper websites by province. British Columbia. bcclassified.com. bosnet.com/penticton. canada.com/Fort St. John. canada.com/Nanaimo. canada.com/Trail. canada.com/Vancouver. canada.com/Victoria/Times Coloradonist. cvvm.com/classified, Cowichan Valley. dailytownman.com, Cranbrook. dailytownsman.com/bulletin, Kimberley. kamloopsnews.ca. nelsondailynews.com. nsnews.com, North Shore. ok.bc.ca, Daily Courier, Kelowna. ok.bc.ca/Penticton. PrinceGeorgeCitizen.com, Straight.com, Alternative Vancouver, SterlingNews.com/Peace, Peace River, SterlingNews.com/Rupert, Prince Rupert, VancouverProvince.com, VancouverZun.com, Alberta, Astronet.com/LH, Lethbridge, Bowsnet.com/DHT, Grand Prairie, Bowsnet.com/Today, Food, McMurray, Bowsnet.com/Fort Sask, Food, Saskatchewan, Canada.com/Calgary, CalgaryHerald.com, CalgaryZun.com, DailyHeraldTribune.com, Grand Prairie, EdmontonJournal.com, FortMcMurrayToday.com, LethbridgeHerald.com, MedicineHatNews.com, RMHnet.com/Mountaineer/Index.html, Rocky MTN, House, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Canada.com/Regina, Canada.com/Saskatoon, LeaderPost.sk.ca, MJTimes.sk.ca, Moose Jaw, PaHerald.sk.ca, Prince Albert, AretaAdvocate.com, SaskStar.sk.ca, SaskStar.sk.ca/MJTimes, Weyburn-Review.sk.ca, Manitoba, Bois7Recorder.mb.ca, BrandonZun.com, FYIWinnipeg.com, mbnet.mb.ca/Free Press, Winnipeg, PortageLoperaIRIADailygraphic.com, TechPlus.com/Trib, Southwest Manitoba, WinnipegFreePrepress.com, Ontario, AnnexWeb.com/ReformersNet, Simcoe, AnnexWeb.com/Sentinel, Woodstock, BarrettV.on.ca, Barrie, Brampton.infocenter.net, BizelTel.canoe.ca, London, Cambridge-Reporter.com, Canada.com/Belleville, Canoe.ca/Chatham, Canoe.ca/Lindsay, Canoe.ca/Ottawa, Canoe.ca/Pembroke, Canoe.ca/Peterborough, Canoe.ca/PlanetSun, Canoe.ca/St. Catharines, Canoe.ca/Welland, ChronicleJournal.com, Thunder Bay, Classifieds.sitser.ca, Sudbury, Cyberpresa.ca, Ottawa, EYE.net, Toronto Alternative, FFTimes.com, Food, Francis, FYIOttawa.com, GlobeAndMail.com, GulePHMercury.com, HamiltonSpectator.com, KenoraDailyMineRandNews.com, Ledroit.com, Ottawa, LFPress.com, London, log.on.ca/Tribune, Owen Sound, Manitoulin.on.ca/network, Metropoint.com, Toronto, MississaugaNews.com, NationalPost.com, NFReview.com, Niagara Falls, NorthernNews.ca, Kirkland Lake, NorthumberlandToday.com, NOW.com, Toronto Alternative, NowMagazine.com, Toronto Alternative, NowToronto.com, Alternative, Nugget.ca, North Bay, Observer-Sarnia.com, AureliaPacket.com, OttawaCitizen.com, Recorder.ca, Brockville, SaltStar.com, Salt, St. Marie, Southam.com/Brantford Expositor, Southam.com/OwenZoUND Sun-Times, Southam.com/Windsor Star, Standard-Freeholder.com, Cornwall, StratfordBeaconHerald.com, EstitoMostimsJournal.com, TBSource.com, Thunder Bay, TheBarrieExaminer.com, TheOttawaExpress.ca, TheRecord.com, Kitchener-Waterloo. TheStar.com, Toronto. TheSudburyStar.com. ThuHig.com, Kingston. Times.muskoka.com. TimminsPress.com. Tour-Leafyline.com. TorontosTar.com. TorontoZun.com. Quebec. Cyberpresse.ca, network of French newspapers. Hour.qc.ca, Montreal Arts. JournalDeMontreal.com. JournalDeQuebec.com, Vanier. Ledivoire.com. Elisolial.com. Metropoint.com, Montreal. MontrealGazette.com. MontrealMirror.com. SherbrookeEcord.com. Voir.com, Montreal. New Brunswick. AcadieNouvelle.com. CanadaEast.com, Moncton, St. John. DailyGleaner.com, Fredericton. MiramichiLeader.com. NBClassified.com. Nova Scotia. Canoe.ca/Halifax. Canoe.ca/Truro. CapeBretonPost.com. hfxnews.southam.ca. HalifaxHerald.com. Herald.ns.ca. NewGlasgowNews.com. TheCoast.ns.ca, Entertainment Halifax. Truro.canada.com/class. Newfoundland. Canoe.ca/Cornerbrook. NFLDherald.com. rb.nl.ca. TheTelegram.com. Prince Edward Island. isn.net/buzzon, pay. JournalPioneer.com, Summerside. TheGuardian.pe.ca. Yukon. WhiteHorseStar.com. YukonWeb.com/community/classifieds. Northwest Territories. NNSL.com, Yellowknife. NunatiSIAQ.com, Far North. Canadian magazine websites. Even though the Standard Periodical Directory and Ulrichs list Canadian periodicals, there's also the Canadian Periodical Index and the Canadian Index. The Canadian Information Resource Centre, at magaal.com, a fee-based site, is a place to locate magazines online. It is probably available at your local library. The book The Canadian Writers Market available at either #070.5202 or PN161 at the library or through McClelland.com also lists magazines. Bombpub.com. BCNewsGroup.com, 30 plus publications. Bosnet.com, 100 plus publications. CanadaWide.com, variety of magazines. KenWestGlobal.com, 80 plus publications. CardMedia.com, several magazines. CMPA.ca, Canadian magazine publishers. cscmu.edu/afs/ccscmu.edu/users/Clemens/miscellaneous/Canadiana/cazines.html. GenuineCanadianMagazines.ca. JournalismNet.com/kenmags.htm, Canadian magazines. KookaNoosaPublications.com, variety of journals. Magazine.com. Mediastop.com, several magazines. Metroland.com, 30 plus journals. Opub.com, variety of publications. Oppublishing.com. OspreyMedia.ca, 30 plus journals. Shaw.ca. TheStar.com, 10 plus publications. UTPJournals.com, variety of journals. 50plus.com, seniors. Abilities.ca, people with disabilities. Above-and-beyond.com. AccessMag.com, music/lifestyle. acs.ryerson.ca/tildejournal/megasources.html. actioncom.com. activelivingmagazine.com. adbusters.org, comments on the media. advocateprinting.ns.ca, ns. Outdoors. Airforce.ca. AlbertaViews.ab.ca, Alberta Life. Alive.com, Health. AlternativesJournal.ca, Environmental. AlumniReview.queensu.ca. AMSA.com, several Aboriginal mags. AnchorPublishing.com, Fishing. AndrewJohnPublishing.com, Family Camping. AnglicanJournal.com, Religious. ANJHSavera.com, Dust and Dawn. AnnexWeb.com, 20 plus journals. Antigonish.com/review, Nova Scotia. AppliedArtsMag.com, Graphic Arts. Artichoke.ca, Visual Arts. ArtsAtlantic.com, artsatlantic.ca. AscentMagazine.com, Yoga, Spirituality. ASF.ca, Atlantic Salmon. AtlanticNews.ns.ca, AtlanticoOnline.ns.ca. @news@netcom.ca, 902-429-5468, sell most magazines. AUCC.ca, University Affairs. August.ca, various journals. AvenueMagazine.ca, Calgary theme. AviationCanada.ca. AzaEonline.com, The Design Arts. Bahá'íStudies.ca. BCOSportFishing.com, BC Sport Fishing. BCSGroup.com, Homefront. BCStudies.com, BC Culture. BeautyNet.com. BelowTheBelt.tv, Martial Arts. BlackFlash.com, Art Criticism. BorderCrossingsMag.com, The Arts. Brazil.com. BriarPatch.com, BriarPatchMagazine.com, Social Activism. BrokenPencil.com, Underground, Alternative Scene. Butterworths.ca/tlw.htm, Legal. Canada.com. CanadaEast.com. CanadaLawBook.ca. CanadaWide.com, several magazines. CanadianaRT.ca. CanadianBiker.com, motorcycles. CanadianClassicMag.com, antique cars. CanadianCoinNews.com. CanadianDimension.mb.ca, social activism. CanadianGardening.com. CanadianGeographic.ca. CanadianHomeAndCountry.com. CanadianHomeWorkshop.com, home improvement. CanadianHouseandHome.com. CanadianMusician.com. CanadianSportsman.ca. CanadiansTampNews.ca. CanadianStories.net, stories. CanadianWoodworking.com. CanFlyFish.com, fly fishing. Kangeo.ca, Canadian Geographic. CanOmepub.com, home magazines. CapeBretonner.com, Cape Breton Life. CapitalPublishers.com, Ottawa Lifestyle. KW-Axe.ca, Canadian Social Work. Catholicinsight.com. CatholicRegister.org. CDHA.ca, Probe. CDNPeacekeeping.ns.ca. CEA-ACE.ca, Education Canada. CelticHeritage.ns.ca, Celtic Culture. ChallengingDestiny.com, Science Fiction. CharolaiBanner.com. ChartAttack.com, Pop Music. Chatelaine.com, Women's. ChatelainQC.ca, Quebec Women. ChoiceSofter50.com. ChristianWeek.org. CIA.org, magazine behind the headlines from the Canadian Institute of International Affairs. CIFC.ca, POV magazine, documentary filmmaking. CIF-IFC.org. CityParent.com. CityWomanMagazine.com, Ottawa Women. CJARCV.ca, Canadian Journal of Aging. Classifieds.timsite.com, National Network. CMPA.ca, Canadian Magazine Publishers Association. CNF.ca, Canadian Nature Federation. Coatingsmagazine.com. Collectiblescanada.ca. Commonground.ca, Self-Help, New Age. Communications.uwo.ca/alumni, Western Alumni Gazette. CommunityAction.ca, Toronto, Health and Social Services. CommunityNews.ca. CompleteMother.com/Canada, Pregnancy. CottageLife.com. CP.org. Craft.on.ca, Ontario Craft. CWJ.ca, Canadian Writers' Journal. Cybersciences.com. DanceInternational.org. DGCmontage.com, Film and TV Business. DigitalJournal.com, Techno World, Lifestyle. DiverMag.com. DivorceMagazine.com. DogsX3.com, Dogs. DolceMag.com, Lifestyle. DyingArmchair.com. Ecola.com/news/magazine/na/ca. LCanada.com, Women's Lifestyle. Anterstiageright.com, Right-Wing Politics. espace-sculpture.org, Sculpture. Everyman.org. Exclaim.ca, Music. Execwoman.ca, City Woman Business. Explore-mag.com, Outdoor. EYE.net, Toronto, Alternative Culture. FaithToday.ca. FCN.ca/GN, Going Natural, Naturists, Nudists. Feature.ca, Pay TV subscribers. FilipinoJournal.mb.ca. Film.queensu.ca/FSAC/CJFS, Canadian Journal of Film Studies. FirstPerspective.ca. FortMcMurrayToday.com. FPmedia.ca, Famous Players Theaters. FuseMagazine.com, Art. GameandYachting.com, Yachting. GardeningLife.ca. Geist.com, Canadian Culture. JeruPublishing.com, Home Plans. GirlGuides.ca, Canadian Guider. GolfOntario.ca. GoodGirl.ca, Alternative Girl. GoodTimes.ca, Seniors. GreenTeacher.com, Eco-Environmental. HealthyLivingGuide.com. HeritageCanada.org. Horizons.ca, Feminist. HipPeak.qc.ca. HistorySociety.ca. Homemakers.com. HomesandCottages.com. Horse-Canada.com. Horsesall.net, Horses. HubCanada.com, Computer. HumanistinCanada.com. IDMagazine.com, Spirit of the Times. ImpactMagazine.ca, Health and Fitness. Info.queens.ca/quarterly, Social Science. Innovations.org, Computer. InroadsJournal.ca, Politics. InsideMotorcycles.com, Motorcycle Racing. InsideTrackNews.com, Motorsports, Car Racing. InuitArt.org, Inuit Art. IPCAPC.ca, Public Administration. IRPP.org, Institute for Research on Public Policy, Magazine Policy Options. Jamaica-Gleaner.com. KoreaTimes.net. KPImedia.com, Ski Magazines. Latino News.ca. LawTimesNews.com. LCRpub.com, Downtown Montreal. LegacyMagazine.ab.ca, Alberta Heritage. LegionMagazine.com, Canadian Legion/Vets. LeGuideCuisine.com, Food. ElisoLyle.com, French. LethbridgeLiving.com, Town in Alberta. lib.unb.ca/text/Acadians, Canadian Studies. lib.unb.ca/text/Fiddlehead, Literary. lib.unb.ca/text/Trick, Theatre Research in Canada. Life.ca, Nature. LifeLearningMagazine.com, alternative to conventional schooling. LivingLightNews.org, Christian. LocalGardener.net. Macleans.ca, General News and Issues Magazine. Magazine.concordia.ca, Concordia University. Magazine.utoronto.ca, University of Toronto. Marquee.ca, Pop Culture Mag for college students. Mastheadonline.com, the Canadian magazine business. McGill.ca/alumni/news, Alumni Quarterly. Men's.com, Action Mag for yuppie men. Mixmagazine.com, Young Artists. mjtimes.sk.ca. mondaymag.com, News and Arts, Victoria. Monitor.ca, Computer. mtl-mirror.com, Alternative, Montreal. Multimediatour.com, Multimedia. Museums.ca. Musicdirectoracanada.com. Musicworks.ca. Muskokamagazine.com, region in Northern Ontario. NaturalLifeMagazine.com, Health, Nature, Renewable Energy. NETrader.com. NewfoundlandSportsman.com. NewsCanada.com. NewCanadian.com, Culture, Business, Politics. NEWINT.org, International Development. NewSocialist.org, Social Activism. NFLDherald.com. NiagaraLifeMag.com, Niagara Life. NordicWay.com. NowToronto.com. NouveauMagazine.com, Pop Culture, Celebrity Gossip, etc. Off-Center.ca, Politics and Culture. OkanaganLife.com, Kelowna, BC. OldTimerShawCanews.com. OnSiteReview.ca, Architecture. OnSpec.ca, Science Fiction. OntarioCorn.org. OntarioHistoricalSociety.ca. OntarioNature.org. OptimumOnline.ca, Public Sector Management. Orange.ca, The Sentinel. OTFA.ca, Athletics, Track and Field. OurTimes.ca, Workers' Rights, Activism. OutdoorCanada.ca. OutdoorCanadaMagazine.com. OwlKids.com, Children's. PacificaAffairs.ubc.ca. PacificACHting.com. PaddlingCanada.com, Canoeing. PAFSO.com, Foreign Policy. PalRides.com, North American Review. PangEA.ca/Uptown, Uptown Magazine. Parachute.ca, The Arts. ParentsCanada.com, Family Living. ParkPub.com. PetCommerce.ca, Pet Business. PetsQuarterly.ca. PhotoLife.com. Pinecone.on.ca, Nature, History and the Arts. PlanetSmag.com, Alternative, Saskatoon. Pleaseman.com, Computers. PolicyAlternatives.ca, Education Debates. PrairieDog.inRegina.com, Regina Lifestyle. Presbyterian.ca/record. Producer.com, Western Farmers. Poolsus.com. Quebec-Habitation.com. QuillaandDchuire.com, Writing Industry. Ragshop.com. RCGA.org, Golf. ReadersDigest.ca. Realscreen.com, Film Biz. Rennies.net, What's New? Renovationanddecor.com. Report.ca, News Magazine. RicePaperOnline.com, Asian Canadian Culture. RodeoCanada.com. Rogers.com/magazines. RogersMedia.com, 40+ journals. RVLife.com, RVLifeMag.com, recreational vehicles. Saltscapes.com, Atlantic Canada Lifestyle. SASKCraftCouncil.org. SASKNaturally.com, Saskatchewan. SaturdayNight.ca, General Canadian Culture. ScoreGolf.com. Scouts.ca/leader. Second-impressions.com. SecondWindMagazine.org. SECWEPEMC.org, Native Indian. SelectionRD.ca. Centex.net/ccnas/papersonline.html. Centex.net/pql, Canadian Notes and Queries. ShotRVN.com. Shift.com, Tech, Pop Culture. SIECcan.org, Sex Information Canada, Canadian Journal of Human Sexuality. SkiCanadaMag.com. Sky-talk.com. Smartnet.ca/users/abuzi, Portuguese. Snapmagazine.com, Businesswomen. Soelnet.com, Portuguese. Southam.ca, Network of Newspapers and Magazines. Southam.com, Network of Newspapers and Magazines. Esposa.com, Wedding Mag. Spotlightskating.com, Figure Skating. SBTnews.ca, Security Products. SquashOntario.com. ss.ucalgary.ca/ces, Canadian Ethnic Studies. Stitchesmagazine.com, Medical Humor. StorytellerMagazine.com. StratfordBeaconHerald.com. Style.ca. Stylothome.com. SugITT.com, Lifestyle. Superpresa.ca, French. Supertracks-mag.com. SustainableTimes.ca, Eco-environmental. Sweepmag.com, Curling. SynchronicityMagazine.ca, Holistic, New Age. TakeoNEmagazine.ca, Film Industry. TandemNews.com, General Canadian Culture. TCP.ca, The Computer Paper. TeacherLibrarian.com. TeachMag.com, for teachers. Technophile.com. TeddyBearNews.com, collecting teddy bears. TheaTLAntiCCO-operator.coop, community development. TheBeaver.ca, Canada history. TheCoast.ns.ca, Halifax culture. ThetaNCECurrent.com, dance profession. TheGrower.org. ThelloOPmagazine.com. TheMagazine.ca. TheMysteryReview.com. TheNavigatorMagazine.com, commercial fishing industry. Theanion.com. TheReader.ca, Ontario horse riders. TheSeniorTimes.com. ThisMagazine.ca, alternative news, culture. TheIsmag.org. ToroMagazine.ca, men's interests. TorontoFamilies.ca. TorontoLife.com. TownMedia.ca, Hamilton Life. ToysAndGamesMag.com. Trajan.com, collectibles. Transcontinental-GTC.com, 60+ journals. Tribe.ca, rave/nightclub scene. TVGuide.ca. UCObserver.org, United Church. UpHere.ca, life at the top of the world, Yellowknife. UpperCanadian.com. UptownMag.com, Winnipeg lifestyle. USASK.ca/history/CJH. UTpress.utoronto.ca, Canadian Historical Review. VolumMag.com, poetry. VancouverMagazine.com. VerveGirl.com, Canadian teen girl. VisitKingston.com, Kingston, on. VoicesMagazine.ca, multicultural. VUE.ab.ca, Edmonton lifestyle. WAG.on.ca, wire artist jeweler. WalrusMagazine.com, international events. WavelengthMagazine.com, kayaking. WeddingsHoneymoons.com. Waymag.ca, women and environment. WestCoastFamilies.com. WesternLivingMagazine.com. westernsportsman.com, westhomeplanners.com, home plans, wgc.ca/magazine, Canadian screenwriter, whatsupkids.com, family, wheels.ca, cars, wildflowermag.com, gardening, winetidingsmag.com, wine and food, womenspost.ca, professional Canadian women, writersblock.ca, writing business, extra.ca, gay, yorkregion.com, York Region lifestyle, yorku.ca/crm, research on mothering, world newspaper database websites, multi-newspaper stand, mmnewsstand.com, English newspapers around the world catalog, aan.aline.com, alternative newspapers, aan.org, alternative newspapers, all-links.com/newscentral, arasta.net/news, helsinki.fi/lsairine/newsguid.html, list of world media, hermograph.com, type in the name of any magazine or newspaper and it will tell you how to find it, journalismnet.com, mediafinder.com, mediainfo.com, naa.org, newsdirectory.com, newslink.org, newspaperlinks.com, newspapers.com, pathfinder.com, thepaperboy.com, world newspaper websites, afp.com/English, French, africanews.com, africanews.org, afroam.org, African American newspapers, aone.net.au/hwt, Australia, arabia.com, Arab business news, asia1.com.sg/Straits Times, asiaconnect.com, asia-inc.com, asiainsurancereview.com, asiatimes.com, athensnews.duelnet.gr, Athens News, athensnews.duelnet.gr, Greece, awo.net, Arab, baltictimes.com, bangkokpost.net, birthday.net, Thailand, boston.com/news/world, budapestsun.com, sens.com, China, cern.ch/htbin/calendar, cfm.com.cy, Cyprus Financial Mirror, cims.co.uk/evening times, Scotland, cims.co.uk/herald, Scotland, cnd.org, China News, cnn.com/world, csmonitor.com, Christian Science, dailynews.com.yahoo.com/headline/world, diepresa.at, Austria, discovery.co.uk/net/news/news.html, eiu.com, Economist Intelligence Unit, elpaís.es, Spain, estaminas.com.br, Brazil, European-voice.com, evpost.co.nz and press.co.nz, New Zealand newspapers, examiner.ie, Ireland, expressindia.com, farksd.com, feedmag.com, fair.com, Far Eastern Economic Review, financial-analysis.com, Australia, fm.co.za, Financial Mail South Africa, folha.com.br, Brazil, friends-partners.org, Russia, futurenet.co.uk, fxweek.com, currency markets, globanmail.ca, hermograph.com, type in the name of any magazine or newspaper and it will tell you how to find it, hkstandard.com, Hong Kong, iht.com, International Herald Tribune, iii.co.uk/ftmags, British Business News, independent.co.uk, British News, Independent.co.za, South Africa. Independentmedia.ru. Indiatimes.com. Indiaworld.com. invweek.co.uk. Ireland.com. irishnews.com. irish-times.com, irish-times.ie. italnet.it/links, Italy. jring.my, Malaysia. jpost.com, Jerusalem. keat.co.nz/datex/independent/welcome.htm, New Zealand. courier.at, Austria. kielvpost.com, Ukraine. lastampa.it. law.gonzaga.edu/library/ce Europe.htm, Eastern Europe. lemond.fr, France. link.no/ips/eng. loadza.com, Ireland. londontimes.com. magi.com/calipso/ttimes.html, Costa Rica. mainichi.co.jp, Japan. mg.co.za/mg, South Africa. morrisnews.com. nandotimes.com/global. new-europe.com. nuo.com/news. newsreview.co.uk. newsworld.cbc.ca. npr.org/news/world. nzherald.co.nz, odt.co.nz, New Zealand newspapers. pacificnews.org. pari.bg, Bulgarian business news. progpost.com. press.co.nz. proteus.at/Austria-today. publications-etc.com. rienws.co.uk. reuters.com. rfurl.org, Radio Free Europe. russiajournal.com. russiatoday.com. sabc.co.za, South Africa. salzburg.com, Austria. sbpost.ie, Business Ireland. securities.com. sheppnews.com.au. slovakspectator.com. smh.com.au, Australia. smn.co.jp, Japan. sofiaecho.com, Bulgaria. spb.su/sbpress, Russia. sbtimes.ru, Russia. sunday-times.co.uk. tageblut.lu, Luxembourg. telegraph.co.uk. telegraph.co.uk. village.com.au, Australia. the-european.com. the-hindu.com. the-times.co.uk. This is london.co.uk. toppen.co.jp/Kyoto, Japan. tribune.com, media conglomerate. tribune.ie, Ireland. uk.media. usatoday.com/news/world. warsawvoice.pl. way.net/omnivore. webpage.com/Hindu. welt.de, Germany. wilsonandhorton.co.nz, New Zealand. worldpaper.com. worldwidenews.com. yomuri.co.jp, Japan. zamnet.zm/zamnet/post, Zambia.